Hi guys, today I'm going to talk to you about the three biggest mistakes I made when losing 112 pounds and what I learned from them. So according to WebMD, roughly 80% of people who reduce their body weight by at least 10% will gradually regain it and return to being either as large or even larger than they were before they began a diet. So as you can imagine, after losing 112 pounds, I was terrified of putting the weight back on. I thought that in order to be healthy and keep the weight off, that I would have to cut sugars and carbs out of my diet forever. I thought that I had to wake up at 5 a.m. and kill myself in the gym for hours doing cardio and weight training. I thought that I had to do all the self-care, but it was more like a self-punishment if I was being honest with myself. I was putting way too much pressure on myself. So while it's true that reducing your sugar and simple carb intake can lead to some pretty significant health improvements, removing them entirely isn't necessary, and it can even lead to binge eating. What's more important is finding the right foods for your body. It's also true that working out in the gym is extremely beneficial, but there's such a thing as overtraining, which throws off your hormones, making you a moody. Decide to skip that 2-hour workout, which, oh yeah, by the way, can lead to low energy, weight gain, and osteoporosis. Not exactly the results you were looking for, are they? The key here is finding the right type and duration of movement for your body. And while self-care is important, you don't have to do and buy all the things. If self-care becomes just another thing on your to-do list and you're punishing yourself for not getting around to doing it, then that's not really self-care, is it? Self-care is not an item on a to-do list. It's more than simply taking care of yourself. Self-care happens in the decisions that you make every day. It won't always feel good at the time, but it almost always leads to lasting change. It's important to ask yourself what you need in the moment and then honor that. There is no act of self-care that works for every person or every situation. And while I do have my go-tos, the things that I use constantly change. So while your diet, exercise, and self-care routines are all important, it's important to include balance. Listen to your body and find what works for you. Don't be afraid to experiment and find what makes you feel good. And most importantly, don't be so hard on yourself. You're doing the best that you can, and that's all anyone can ask of you. So there you have it, the three biggest mistakes I made when losing 112 pounds and how I learned from them. As always, these are just my opinions based on my experiences, and what works for me may not work for you, and that's okay. Remember that there is no one right way to be healthy. You are unique, and your health journey should reflect that by finding what works for you and sticking with it. Be patient and kind to yourself because you are so worth it. So if you like this video, go ahead, give it a like and follow me for more.